Okay. Hello everyone, and it is indeed inspiring to see you back again here. Today is the day 2 of our database celebration and also second day of Python Bootcamp program. So I welcome you all once again for this 2-day bootcamp of Python programming. And to the second day, I will welcome to those who were not part of yesterday but have joined today. So we also welcome them. To them, though those who have joined for today, I will once again share the guidelines and the program we are celebrating. So once again, I will mention all the activities that we are doing as part of database celebration. So as part of that, I will share a small video once again, as I shared yesterday, and then we will continue with the bootcamp uh, program today. So let's watch a small video. Can you share, see my screen now? Okay.
Hello everyone, it's indeed inspiring to see you back again. We are celebrating our 8th Foundation Day. As a celebration, we have arranged multiple events including boot camps, competition, hackathon, mock interviews, and insightful guest lectures by our industry expert. So stay tuned. The schedule would be starting from 13th March to 27th March of 2023. So subscribe the channel and mark the bell icon to always be updated, as our time would be 4 p.m. onwards on YouTube, which is online live. During the sessions, our instructors will provide you certain guidelines. Make sure to follow them. And many times, technical issues may arise during the session. So take a chill pill, as we would provide you all the recordings of the bootcamp in the playlist of the channel. But still, if you have any problem, feel free to contact the instructor for your help. Before connecting, make sure your internet speed is better or good. And of course, join few minutes early so that you don't miss anything, alright? These are the important links available for you in the description, through which you can register yourself, alright? Give the attendance also during the sessions with a particular module code, as well as these particular link will be provided during the sessions as well. So, and the most challenging part is the task submission. The links would be provided you in the descriptions to submit the task or the assignments given during the sessions. So make sure to complete them and follow the instructions and submit the links in the particular Google Forms. You would be eligible for the certification if the assignments are being submitted, as well as the attendance is also mandatory for the particular model as per the days provided. Alright? As well as there is a note. During the sessions, we also have some small quizzes, and the exciting part is that the winning participant will get the exciting goodies and hampers. And the most active participants will be getting a chance of internship. So stay tuned and be ready and be motivated, as well as here some social media guidelines are being provided for you to complete the assignment. So first thing, you have to post your assignment, which should be in the PDF format or the picture, on the LinkedIn, tagging the Indeed Inspiring Infotech and respective trainer. Copy the post, submit it to the provided Google form, add multiple and innovative hashtags, and hence you will be eligible for the certificate. So let's meet soon and keep learning.
Okay, welcome back everyone. Now that we are clear about the database celebration, let's move on to the Python Bootcamp particularly. So today we have the second day of the Python Bootcamp, and let me share once again the guidelines for this particular bootcamp. Today is our second day, and for this session, there are some guidelines that all the participants needs to follow. So here are some general guidelines that all the participants needs to follow. This is the Python programming bootcamp for 2 days. This is the second day of this particular bootcamp. As the schedule is 2 days, this is the second day of the schedule, 14th March. And for today's session, we will be having Rithvish sir as our trainer. And this particular session will be live streamed on YouTube, and all the participants should participate as from YouTube. This is the course content for whole Python bootcamp. And first three bullet points we have seen yesterday, today. So last three points will be covered in today's session. These are some general guidelines that all the participants should remember while attending the session. That all the participants should be patient and listen to the trainer. All the guidelines and instructions given by the trainer should be followed by all the participants. And first, make sure that their internet speed is good, so that they will be attending the session nicely. And they should join the session before, so that they should not miss on the session. And they should also check their laptop and notebook, and so that they have all the IDE and all the equipment, so that they can follow along during the session. And for certificate eligibility, there are some criteria that all the participants need to keep in mind. That attendance is mandatory for all the days, and attendance will be taken as a Google form. Google form format will be shown shortly. Candidate have to complete assignments given during the session and submit in the deadline provided in the assignment. Also keep in mind that all the participants who will be active during most active during the this boot camp will get internship chances at our institute. And we are also taking a quiz at the end of the session, and winners of this quiz will also get prizes. We also have winner of yesterday's session. Let me announce. I will announce shortly the winner of yesterday's quiz competition. To be eligible for a certificate, all the participants should complete the assignment and post it on the social media, that is LinkedIn. And they all need to tag the relevant hashtags and handles. The demo for that we will also show you shortly. Some participants have submitted their assignments, but the tagging and handles are some participants have wrongly tagged other persons. So we will shortly show you how you should post the assignment on social media platforms. These are some hashtags that you should use, and further you can use your own innovative hashtags also, so that your profile should show all the activities that you are doing, your learning activities on your LinkedIn profile. These are attendance form, registration form, task submission links will be provided in the chat section later. And also, besides this, as part of our database celebration, we are providing internship chance to all the, we are opening the internship registration for all the participants. Anybody can register for our internship program, and we will select some candidates for internship. This internship will vary for some student day wise. We will provide month of internship, 2 months of, or 6 months of. It will be vary depending upon candidates. So you can submit your interest and form as a internship for internship. We will share this link of the form later in the chat box also, and to the WhatsApp groups also. So now let's see how you can post your assignments on social media. uh, Now Pratiksha ma'am will show you the demo of how you can post your assignments on social media. Now Pratiksha ma'am, you can share your screen.
Yes, thank you, Suyog. Now I will share my screen and show you how to share your particular assignment to LinkedIn. So here is your uh, LinkedIn page where you have to post your assignment. So first here we have to start a post. Click on the start a post, in which we have to firstly check, make sure that the link will we have posted, it shows to everyone, not on connections only. It is for anyone who can show your see your assignment. Next, you have to type here whatever you want to talk about your assignment. Suppose that I want to talk here, hello connections, and today I am completing this assignment. So I will write here completing assignment. Yes. After that, the next step is you have to tag your particular institute. Like your हमें अब यहाँ पे इंडियन इंस्पायरिंग को टैग करना है एज वेल एज दी क्रूशल टेक्नोलॉजी को, और जो भी है सोफी आपके साथ शेयर की हुए गाइडलाइंस की पीपीटी, उसमें भी जो जिन्हें टैग करना है उनके जो नाम दिए हैं उसे आपको यहाँ पे टैग करना होगा. तो सबसे पहले मुझे यहाँ पे टैग करना है इंडीड इंस्पायरिंग को. तो यहाँ पे मैं कैसे टाइप करूंगी, @ करके इंडीड इंस्पायरिंग. तो यहाँ पे आपको दिख रहा होगा इंडीड इंस्पायरिंग इन्फोटेक, इट इज विजिबल. तो यहाँ पे हमें ये क्लिक करना होगा. नेक्स्ट हमें प्रुशल टेक्नोलॉजी को टैग करना है. तो सिंपली यहाँ पे प्रुशल टेक्नोलॉजी @ करके लिखेंगे प्रुशल टेक्नोलॉजी प्राइवेट लिमिटेड. तो यस, यहाँ पे प्रुशल टेक्नोलॉजी प्राइवेट लिमिटेड है. तो नेक्स्ट हम प्रुशल टेक्नोलॉजी को टैग करेंगे, और जो भी हमें टैग करना है उसे हम सिंपली यहाँ पे @ करके, सपोज दैट आई वांट टू टैग कुशल शर्मा सर. तो यहाँ पे मैं सिंपली स्पेलिंग लिखूंगी कुशल. तो यहाँ पे मुझे ऑलरेडी रिकमेंडेशन आ रहा है, तो कुशल शर्मा सर. तो दिस इज द वे वी हैव टू टैग इन द पर्टिकुलर पर्सन और पर्टिकुलर इंडस्ट्री. नाउ कमिंग टू द हैशटैग. तो यहाँ पे हमें ऑलरेडी एड हैशटैग में रिकमेंडेशन आती है. तो यहाँ पे सिंपली यहाँ पे हमें जो भी हैशटैग्स हमें ड्रॉ करने हैं वो यहाँ पे हम कॉपी पेस्ट करके भी ले सकते हैं, जो भी गाइडलाइंस आपके साथ शेयर की गई है. तो जो भी गाइडलाइन में हैशटैग है उसे आपको यहाँ से सिंपली कॉपी करके पेस्ट करना है. और यहाँ पे जो आपकी असाइनमेंट है उसकी जो एड योर पोस्ट, एड डॉक्यूमेंट, ये जो सारे चेक बॉक्स है, यहाँ जाके आपको जो भी आपके HTML फाइल है, स्क्रीनशॉट्स है, वीडियोस है रिगार्डिंग योर असाइनमेंट, तो आपको यहाँ पे पोस्ट करने होंगे और पोस्ट के ऊपर क्लिक करना है. So this is the way we have to post your complete assignment on LinkedIn. So I hope it is clear to everyone. Yes. So over to Mr. Suyog.
Okay, thank you Pratiksha ma'am. Now I hope everyone is clear how to post the assignments on the LinkedIn. When you post the assignments on LinkedIn, you have to basically submit the form. Here I hope you are able to see my screen. We have provided in the guidelines the form of task submission. You can click on this form, the form will open. Now you have to enter some basic details like email, name and mobile number. The Python, this form is same for all the task submission of all the bootcamps. So you have to click your bootcamp and then assignment number or assignment name, and then paste your link of the post of your LinkedIn. You can go on your LinkedIn post and copy the post link and paste it here and submit. So I hope everyone is clear now how to post their assignments on social media and submit it to us, so that we can able to see your post and see your post. Okay. So now let's move on to the session itself. So I now request Ritvish sir to take over the session. I wish you all the students and all the participants so that they have a great learning experience. Over to you, sir.
A very good afternoon to all of you. I hope you are able to hear my voice, right? So let's start with the second day of this boot camp that we are here. So in yesterday's session, if you have joined it, so you might have came across the starting of Python, right? That is the different types of data types. And then we saw some control flow statements, right? So today we will start with the functions that are there in data types, right? For each data type, we have some functions. So we will start with that. Let me share my screen. And yes, I hope my screen is visible. You can just confirm. Can you see my screen? All right, all right. So let's start with the session. So as you are aware that we have different data types in Python, just like we have another programming languages where we have different data types. Similarly, in Python also we have numbers, we have list, tuple, we have dictionary, set, and each of these data types, they have different qualities, right? They have different functionality for work, right? So let's start with the few. Now here you can see that we have number, how we can create a number. Let me just zoom in a little so that it is visible for you. All right. So yeah. Okay. So here you can see that we started with numbers. Here you can see we have a variable called a, wherein we are giving the value as 5 and we are trying to find out the type. Here you will find the type as integer, right? Similarly, we know that we have a float here. Float means that we have decimal points, decimal numbers, all right? Decimal values, if we store in any of the variable, we will get the output as float. You can see here. Similarly, we have complex numbers, wherein we have combination of integers and some imaginary numbers, right? Similarly, this is complex. We started with list, right? So list is, you know, a combination of different elements. It could be a string, it could be a number, and that's why we call it as heterogeneous, right? So in list, we can also perform indexing. Okay, in every programming language, in most of the programming language, you know that indexing starts from 0. Okay, so similarly, each element in a list has some unique value. We call it as index value. Similarly, we have slicing. Slicing means cutting off a list into small part, taking off a small part out of a list. That is slicing. And similarly, stepping. Stepping means for a specific interval, taking out the elements. Okay, we can say alternate elements, or we can say taking 2 steps and then extracting out the simultaneous elements. This is called as stepping. Okay, now we will start with a few of the functions that are there in list. You can see here that I have a variable called color. The name of the variable is color. In this color, I have taken different color names as a string. Okay, one is black, one is brown, red, pink, orange, and blue. Now this is a list. What I'm doing is I'm appending. What I'm appending is I'm appending colors.append. This is a function. Okay, and I have given the value as 5. Now, once I append it, you will see what is the difference. Okay, I have executed it, and you will find the difference as 5. Now, what happened? 5 got added at the end of the list. This is called append. Okay, so you can append an element from this function called append. Similarly, we have multiple, we can say multiple functions for a list. You can see here that what I'm doing is I'm making a copy of this list that I had earlier. So the copy name I would be taking as C. C is a variable wherein what I'm doing is I'm taking the older list and I am associating it with a copy function. So what it will do is it will take it will create a copy of the older list of yours. Okay. Now, once I execute it, you just check what will happen. It got created. Okay. In the second statement, you can see I have used print. In print, what I have allowed? I have allowed C. So I'm printing C that has created a new copy of color. And while printing C, you can see the same. That is, we can say the dicto of colors. That was the old version of list. So we are creating a copy. This is again a function. Similarly, you can see here what I'm doing is I'm using a function called count. What this count means is it will check in whole list where a hello word is residing or not, and it will give us a aggregate amount, aggregate count, whether the count is there or not for that specific string or any element. Let us check. So what you are getting? You're getting that it is 0. This means that in colors, our older list, there is no element as such hello. Okay, there is no element called hello. That's why it is showing 0. Now, if I interchange it with 5, okay, that I just recently added with which function? Append function, if you remember, right? Append, what it does is it adds a new element at the end of a list. So if I try to find out the count of 5, you will see that it will give 1, right? So here you can see it is 5, having the count as 1. This is one aggregate function. Now moving to the next one. Here you can see that we have a new list. All right. And what I'm doing is I'm extending it. So what does extend means? We had a function called append. What append does is it appends only a single element at a time. But if you want number of elements to be added in your list at in a single go, what you will do? You will make use of new list, not new list. You will make use of extend, right? So let's check it out. You have a new list called that is having the values as green, violet, and red. You have to append it into your older version of list, that is colors. So what you will do is we are applying here colors dot extend new list, and at the end I am using colors. Okay, now let's check what will happen. If you cross check, our previous list was having these elements. It is not having green, violet, red. It is not having. All right, but once I use this extend function, I am using this new list as a parameter inside it. Okay, once I use it, once I execute it, you will see the output. Right, I will just use it in a print statement so that you can see it in a horizontal manner. Yeah, so can you identify what just happened? You can see just to clear the confusion, if you have any, what I will do is I will execute it again. I will execute it again. Yeah, because I executed the extend function twice, and so it appended or extended it twice. Now you won't have any confusion. So what can you see? You can see that the new list had few elements inside it. And it is the extend function that is helping us to append, I would say append, to add on multiple elements at a single go. You can see green, violet, and red, they got appended at a single go with the help of extend function, right? So you can get a very easy, interview question. And that question would be, what is the difference between extend and what is the difference between append? Extend and append, what is the difference, right? So in this way, you need to prepare yourself for the interview questions that can be put forward by an interviewer. So let's move to the next part. We have the next function as index. Okay, now what does index do is, you can see again I have initialized list using colors as the variable. So in this, you have these many colors as elements. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to find out the index value of red, if it exists. Okay, if it exists. What I'm doing, I'm using color.index, and in bracket, in parentheses, I'm using red. So I need to find out whether the red element is present in the list or not. I will just check. So you can see it is showing 2. Now, if you are familiar with it, it is all good. But if you are not, you must be wondering that for black it is 1, for brown it is 2, for red it should be 3. But why is it coming 2? Anyone? Any answers from your side? I will expect few answers from your side. Yes. Why is it 2? Why is it not 3? What is the reason behind it? Anyone? Okay, Abhishek is saying that the indexing starts from 0. That is the correct point. Yeah, you notified it correct. So it is the index value that starts from 0. And that is why the red part, the red element is having the index value as 2. All right. So this is about it. Now moving on to the next part. Let's move the next element. The next function is insert. Now, what insert is doing? Okay, we are allowing a integer value, and after that integer value, we are giving a string or something else. Can anyone tell me what insert will do? Any responses from your side? Yeah, Nilesh, you are correct. Sarang, you are also correct. Tushar also correct. Rohit correct. Prajakta correct. Yeah. Tell me why in this insert function we are using 3, purple. What is the gist behind it? Correct, Rohit. You are saying that adding the element at particular index. Now you remember one thing. All right. Always you get some some dialog box, right? Once you use a particular function, you get a dialog box, a small dialog box. Always try to read it. Okay. In insert function, if you see, the first parameter will be allowed as a index value. So we are giving the index value as 3. So what we are trying to say is, on the third index value, I want purple as the new element. Yeah, correct. So I want purple in the third position. Now let's check what will happen. Again, I will use print so that it comes in a good way. Yeah. So can you point out purple? It just got in the middle. You can see for the 0th position, it is black. For first index value, it is brown. For second, it is red. And for third, it is purple. 0, 1, 2, and 3. So in the third index value, we are having purple. Now again, a small interview question that you can face. What is it? The difference between insert, difference between append, and difference between extend. Correct? So if someone asks you, you should be aware of that. In insert, we can use index value or a value so that we can insert a specific element at that point. What append does is it adds an element at the end, no matter whether you specify or not. The first thing is there is nothing like specifying in append, right? So in this way, we have differences in other functions. These are some functions related to list. I hope you are able to understand. Can you give a quick confirmation? Any confirm? Anyone who can confirm that you are able to understand? Okay, now let's move further. All right, Abhishek, Rohit, yeah. The next part is using a pop function. All right, so in this list, we are using a pop function. What pop function will do? Let's check out. We have these many elements inside our list, that is black, brown, red, pink, orange, and blue. Now let's check what pop will do. You will see that blue, the last most element, got deleted. All right. Now this is how pop function is doing. It is removing the last element from the list. Now again, there could be a question, if pop is there, if delete function is there, if remove function is there, or something other, What are the differences? You should know, right? So I hope you are able to understand that how a list is being generated, how functions are being used. All right. In many, logic building questions, you can apply these functions wherein you want a list to be created so that the iterator can iterate all the elements inside a list. You can use all these functions, whether it is index, whether it is pop or something else. Now let's move to the next part. Okay. Now we will move to string. Now you know that what is string, right? String is collection of elements that could be alphabets, that could be special characters, that could be numbers. But the matter of fact is using the single or double quotes, right? There is no difference in single or double quotes. A slight difference is there, you will understand. So this is called string. All right. Now here you can see the variable is name, and the value inside it is a name, that is Ritviz. Okay. Now if we are trying to find out what kind of data type it is, so you can see, I will execute it, you will understand. It is showing string. str means string. All right. Now we have different functions here. The first function is capitalize. We know that the first name, the string that we are having should have the first letter as capital. It is already capital. What I can do is I can make some changes here. All right. I will take a name, and the name should be, suppose I take Ram. All right. So now Ram is a name, and the starting letter should be capital. Now, if it is not there, what we can do is we can use this name.capitalize. This function we can use. Let us check out. So what can you see? Without any interference from my side, this capitalize function, what it is doing, it is very much aware that I need to capitalize the first letter of this specific string, and that is capital R AM. I hope you understood. Now you just imagine you have multiple numbers, multiple names of maybe students, maybe employees, maybe patients. You have multiple names inside your Excel sheet, and suppose you want to capitalize the first letter of each name. What you can do is you can you can use this capitalize function. You can put all those names into a list. You can pass those names into a list, and you can use this capitalize function. So it will cut short your whatever part you will be doing. It will cut short a simple part. Okay. Now next part, case fold. What is case fold? If you remember, this Ritviz is having a mixture of capital letters and small letters all the way from start to end. Okay. Now, if I use this case fold, what will happen? You just check. Okay. So it is going for Ram. Let me execute it again for Ritviz, and we will go for case fold and then capitalize. What is happening? We are using two functions at a time. This is the part. Okay. Let me execute it. You can see the difference. Okay. The difference is the case fold. Case fold, what it is doing? Case fold means whatever case it is, whether it is a capital or it is small, it will convert all them into smaller cases. And because we are using capitalize after that, what is it doing? It is using the first letter as capital. That is why Ritviz is coming in a proper format that it should be. Okay. Earlier it was like this, and that is a mess, right? You can't have this kind of letters in your maybe Aadhaar card, maybe PAN card or something else. So if you are into something like this, maybe you are creating certificates, you can use this case fold and capitalize. All right. The first letter would be capital, and rest all the letters would be in small. You are able to understand or not? If anyone who is working in some company, maybe in Excel sheets, you know, right? You know that what is a proper format. So the proper format is this. If you want a proper format, you can use these two functions, correct? Let's move to the next part. Now, what does this center means? So what I'm doing is I'm taking a new variable that is n, and I'm using name.center 50 and I have used this underscore in it. Now let's check what will happen. All right, you can see what just happened, right? So the name that was there in the variable Ritviz, it is having 25 and 25 spaces covered with underscores. That is with the help of center. All right, this is how center is working. I hope you understood this, right? So this is about it. So what it did, it took 25 to the right and 25 to the left, and it gave these underscores, and in between it is name, that is Ritviz. All right, next point. Here you can see n.count. We are trying to count the number of underscores. Let's try to execute it. So you can see that it is showing 2. All right. Yeah. So this is about it, the count function. In n, it is counting and it is giving the output as 2. Next part. Here we are trying to see the length of n. If you check the length of n, what it will be? It will be 50. Okay. This is how it is done. Next part again. This was all about it. We can just check this one also. That is name equals to I am fine. All right. This is something being written in a format. All right. Now, if I want to expand it, now let's check if I expand it, what will happen? You can see that in this way it is coming because we used /t. So /t, it is expanding because /t refers to tab. So wherever /t is coming, it is using the space inside it. And what kind of space? The number of spaces is 3. All right. The distance, it is 3 white spaces. Okay. Next part. Suppose if I say rain is raining, it is into a string. And if I want to find the number of times I is getting repeated. All right. And I have given a range. I have given a range that the third part. Suppose if I remove this 3, what will happen? You will see that the index value of I is coming as 2. How? Count with me. Suppose it is 0, 1, and 2. Correct? So that's why it is showing 2. Now, if I write here 3, what will happen? It will start from 3. It will start from 3, and the moment it will again observe I as a element, it will throw the output. Let us check. Now it is giving the output as 5. How? Because we gave that from 3 you start. It will start from 3. That is from n it will start, but it will keep on counting. That is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So on the 5th occurrence, we have I as the element inside a string. All right. I hope you are aware that the white spaces also consume a space, right? In Python, white spaces also, they also contain a index value. So this is about it. All right. So similarly, you can see more functions in it. I would suggest that you try from your side the different functions that you can have related to the data types. We will cover one more. Let me check. So this is all about string. Let's talk about dictionary. All right, here you can see a dictionary. Now, I hope you are well aware of what kind of dictionary it is. Okay, so dictionary means it is key value pairs. So here you can see we are using dict is equal to A, that is 1, 2, 3, B 4, 5, 6, and C 7, 8, 9. All right, we can use this. Suppose I'm saying S equal to ABC. All right, I'm saying S equal to ABC. So what it will do, we are writing print string dot make trans of dictionary. So let us see what will happen. Let us execute it. All right, so string is not defined. Okay, so let us skip this one. Let us skip this one. So similarly, you can see for dictionary also we have some functions. Like, let me tell you, we have keys, we have values as the function, and in that we have index also. So similarly, you can find it from your side also, from your end also, that maybe for string we saw, for list we saw, we can check for tuple. For dictionary, you can check. And for set, you can see in set we don't have it doesn't allow duplicates, right? So similarly, you can check. For tuple, let us see. Tuple is using round brackets, and you can check the type. It is showing as tuple. All right, this is tuple. Now tuple is immutable. It is showing a of 0 is equal to 2. If I assign this value, it will give an error. And the error says that tuple object does not support the assignment of an item. So it does not support it. All right. So next one. Suppose again, in this, it is showing the count function. What does count means? Count the number of occurrence of a specific element inside tuple. So what I'm doing is a is a variable, and inside it, we have given a tuple of number of elements inside it, comprising of integers and string. What I'm doing is a dot count. I am associating it with count function, and inside it I have given the value as 1. So let us check the number of times 1 is getting repeated. So how many times? It will show 2, right? At the initial stage and at the very end, you can find 1 as the element, and that's why the count is 2. Right. Next one, a dot index. What does index mean? We have seen it already, right? So index means that find out the index value of that specific high variable, not variable, the specific value. Suppose here it is, let us count 0, 1, 2, and 3. So the output will come as 3. I hope you understood, right? This is about tuple. So similarly, many functions are there. Again, you can go through and you can understand what different functions are there, and you can prepare yourself for interview, because in interview initially they will ask the basic questions. All right. Okay. We can see the set also. For set, some information is given that set does not follow order of insertion. Order of insertion means that suppose I'm giving an order. Obviously, I'm giving an order, and that order is 1. 1 should come before 2. Good is a string that should come before 3.20. That is the order that I am giving, right? Now, let us check whether string will follow that order or not. Okay, so here you can see it is following the order, but so you can see that set also does not allow duplicates. All right, you will further see that order of insertion is not followed, right? We will understand it. So in set, it does not allow duplicates also. If you add one more duplicate, it will not take. Also, it will not give an error. All right, so set also allows only unique values. So again, these 2 points, they point out towards a single point only, that is they don't allow duplicates, and because they don't allow duplicate, it takes only unique values. That is the point. So here you can see we have a list. All right, we have a tuple and we have a string, and the one thing that is there is we have apple as repeated everywhere. Okay, apple, 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 and apple. Now you will see that in the output, what will be there in the output? If you see for case of string, that is st means string, not string, sorry, set. St means set. For set, you can see the double apple is not coming. Okay, and again, if you observe, can you see the order of insertion is different? As I mentioned, banana should be after apple, and after banana it should be mango. Now here you can see mango has come the first, because mango is phalo ka raja, right? King of fruits. So you can see mango is coming at the first position. So you can see that set doesn't follow any order, right? Next point. We have a function called add in set. What it is doing, it is adding an element inside the set. So you can see that orange is there. If I execute it, and you will find that it is getting added. How it is getting added? You can see apple, banana, mango, and apple. Here you can see apple, banana, mango, and orange. So orange got added just like append function at the end. Okay, let's move to the next. Again, here you can see we have st as the previous set, and we have the new set as new st, and we are creating a copy. Okay, we are creating a copy. So if I execute it, you can see the new copy created, that is new st with the name. Suppose if I find out the difference, okay, we have a function called difference. What it is doing, it is trying to find the difference from st with new st. So we say ki I'm comparing myself with someone else. So here myself is st, and I'm comparing st with new st. So what will be the output? Let us see. Here in st we have apple, we have banana, we have mango, and apple again. Apple, one only will be considered because it does not allow duplicates. In new st, if you see, we have apple, guava, and pineapple. So what do you think? What will be the output? Give me the responses on the chat. Give me the responses. Let me know what will be the output for it, for this execution. Yes. Anyone? Okay. Till now, there is no response. Okay. Tushar says guava and pineapple. Is it so? Guava and pineapple. It is pineapple. Okay. Let us check. So you can see the output is coming banana and mango. Now, how is this? You can see banana and mango because, as I said, suppose I'm comparing myself with someone else. So I'm comparing myself with someone else. Similarly, I'm comparing ST with new ST. So I will check what are the things that is present with me, and there is no quality in that new ST. What are the qualities that I have and that the person from which I am differentiating, he or she is not having. So it is banana and mango that is not there in this. Rest apple is there. That's why apple is a common thing, right? So what is the difference? So difference is banana and mango that ST is having, right? Yeah. So similarly, this is about the different set functions that we came across. Now let's move to the next part. We will try to understand different functions. What are functions in Python? Okay. So a lot of things you came across till now. Now we will check for the functions in Python. So if you are aware of about functions, what is function is? How we define a function? Here is the format. The format says DEF. DEF means a keyword. All right. So DEF means defining. So we define a function name. Obviously, in this world, everything is having a name. Similarly, if I'm creating something that will be used again and again, I need to specify a name to it. And that I will be using. So define is a keyword, correct, Rohit? Yeah. So define is a keyword, and then the function name, and in bracket, I will give arguments. Arguments are the necessary things that you want for the function to be, to be executed, or you want the function to be walk upon. So this is about function name, and then it will be having the body of that function, and then you can use return, print, or something else also. That will also work. Okay, so this is about the how to create a function. Now here you have def as a keyword. In this keyword we have used a function name as greet, how to greet someone. And if I use this greet, in the next step we have used the print function that says hello world. All right, you must be aware that the very first step is using a hello world string, how to execute it and how to get the output. You might have seen memes also for the same. Okay, so you can see that we can create a function that will greet. All right, function means a reusable piece of code. All right, reusable piece of code means that can be used again and again. Whenever it is required, we will use it. Okay, that is called as a function. Suppose here we are greeting someone. If someone comes to our home as a guest, what we offer? We offer them as a glass of water. So what is that glass of water? That glass of water is it is used again and again. The same glass is used again and again. It is performing a function of giving water to someone. So in this way, this is called as function. In the next step, you can see hello world again. Okay, and how to call it? First we define and then we call it. So we call it by greet. Suppose if I execute it, you will get the output as hello world. This is about it, right? So in the next step, here what you can see, it is a function that is taking two arguments. The function name is add numbers, and suppose I give num1 and num2. Okay, num1 and num2 again are a kind of parameters that needs to be given, that needs to be specified once you call out the function. And in that, what we are doing, we have indented it. Indentation means inside it. Like I'm inside a room. All right, so I'm indented inside it. So sum equals to num1 plus num2. Again, sum is inside a function. We have defined a variable, and at the next step, what I'm doing, sum, print sum. So suppose if I execute it, and it got executed, and in the next step, what I will do is I will call out the function. So calling out the function, how it does is, it is add number, that is the name, and in bracket I will give the parameters that needs to be assigned for executing that function. Suppose I give 5,4. What will be the output? The output will be 9, because 5 plus 4 is 9. Suppose I remove it. Will I get an error? Yes, I will get an error. And the error would say add number function is missing two required positional arguments, that is num1 and num2. Very clearly being specified what is the error. Remember guys, every time you get an error, you read it thoroughly. You try to understand what that error is trying to make us understand. Clearly it is mentioned that the function that you created, add number, needs two required positional arguments that you are missing, and that's why it is a type error. Okay, so I can give any number here. It was 5 and 4. I will change it to 50 and 42. So the output will be 92. So I hope you understood this. This is how a function is being created. Now, next function, I'm making you understand with the very basic examples. Next function says we are required of only one parameter, that is x. See, functions are of two types: parameterized and non-parameterized. Parameterized are those functions that we are seeing here that needs the parameter always for execution. For the working of that function, we need a parameter. So define my function, and we are using x here. And what is it returning? It is returning 5 into x. Okay. So every time this function will multiply the number that I'm giving with 5. All right, let me execute it. And one by one, you can see here. Suppose if I execute in this way, print my function, and in bracket, I'm giving 3. So what will happen? You will see the output as 15. This is how it is happening. Why? Because 5 into x. X is a variable that can vary. We can give any number that we want. It is 3, 30, 300, whatever number you want to give, you can give. The output will be always into 5. All right. So if you want to create a function, and that function tells that what is your age after 365 days, you can definitely do it. Maybe today's age, you will add on 365 into it. So you will understand ki, after 1 year, what will be my age, how many years, how many months, and how many days. In this way, you can create a function. So I hope you understood the concept of function. Now you can see this last example that says that my function and country equals to Norway. Okay, check this out, that in here already I have given the country as Norway. So let us try and find out what will happen. Okay, so if I execute it, this got executed. Now tell me what will be the output. Anyone can tell what will be the output here? What does this mean? No one? Sweden? Will it be Sweden, or will it be Norway? Sweden. Okay, let us check out. You can see that it is showing I am from Sweden. What it did is, suppose if I remove this, all right, if I remove this and if I execute it, what is it coming? It is coming Norway. You got the gist? Anyone? You got the gist? What is it trying to tell? So the function here is satisfactory. Self-satisfactory means it is, even if you don't give any parameter, it will satisfy, because already we have mentioned country is equal to Norway. So if I have mentioned country is equal to if I have mentioned already in function that it is Norway, by default, it will be there. Remember always these things, you need these things. And but once you are at that present moment, you don't recall it. So you need practice. So what I'm saying is, suppose we all are Indians, right? So if I am creating a function for nationality, what default value I will give? The default value I will give is nationality India, correct? So if someone is mentioning other than India, that point will be considered. And if someone is not mentioning, because we know already ki I am Indian, so it will automatically consider as Indian. Because the thing is, if you go on street, you walk, you don't ask everyone, Indian ho kya, Indian ho kya, are you Indian, are you Indian? No, you know that 90, 95, 99% will be Indians. Or the person sitting besides you, don't ask, are you Indian or not? What does it mean is, by default, the value is Norway. And if you mention something, it will change. So if I mention Sweden, it will give the output as I'm from Sweden. I hope you understood, right? So this was about the data type functions that we can have. And after that, we saw how we can create different functions. If you keep on practicing, the level of the functions with logic will develop, and you will be able to create different functions. All right, whether it is age calculator, whether it is time calculator, or it is something else. So I hope you understood till this point. Any any doubts till now? You can type in the chat box. Any doubts? Okay, I guess there is no doubt. All right, no doubts. Now the next part, we are talking about OOPS concept. I hope you are well aware about OOPS concepts. What are OOPS? The full form itself talks about that it is object-oriented programming, right? Object-oriented programming. So Python is an object-oriented programming, right? Just like it is functional programming language, it is object-oriented also. It is procedural also. So let us try to understand what is this object-oriented. So object-oriented means that it relates to a concept that is classes and objects. Okay. Now let's move on to the next slide. So it is talking about API. A for abstraction, P for polymorphism, I for inheritance, and E for encapsulation. You might have studied this concept in some other languages also. All right. Abstraction. The first point is abstraction. So before moving, we can just read it out that object-oriented programming is all about creating objects. All right. If you ask me, here also it must be written somewhere that everything in Python is considered as an object. All right. So taking that object into consideration, we call it as object-oriented programming. An object is a group of interrelated variables and functions. All right. Always remember, an object is created with interrelated variables and functions. Somewhere we call it as data members and member methods. Okay. These variables are often referred to as properties of the object, and functions are referred to as the behavior of the object. These objects provide a better and clear structure for the program. So I hope you are clear with it, right? So this is about OOPS, considering or keeping in mind the object that is called object-oriented. This is, close to real world scenarios, and that is why it is having a lot much importance. It is close to real world scenarios. Yeah, in next step, we are talking about the first point, that is abstraction. Abstraction means showing only the necessary details and hiding the implementation part. Okay. Now, if I say you that my camera is working, obviously, you know that my camera is working because you are able to see me, right? Can you confirm? Can you see me? Yeah. Yes. Audience, can you see me? Yeah, you can see me. So, but if I tell you, you are able to see me because I have a camera in my device. But if I ask you how this camera is working, how in such a small, thin laptop, this camera is being fitted, how is it working? In what format is it taking the input? How is it processing and it is showing you in the YouTube live? How is it doing? How everything is being working? You don't know, right? So this is about abstraction. We can call it as abstraction because we know only the necessary details. What is the necessary detail? The necessary detail is I have a hardware. In this hardware, I have a camera fitted and that is on. And because of it is turned on, you can see me. And remotely, what I will see, virtually, you are able to see me. This is showing the necessary details, but how it is implemented, we don't know. And that is hidden. That is called abstraction. You can see a few examples here. Pressing the power button of mobile will switch on the screen or switch off the screen, but we don't know how it internally does it. You kickstart the bike starts, but how it got started, what all ignition happened, how the machine started, how the fuel got injected, we don't know, right? This is about abstraction. I hope you understood. Next is polymorphism. Polymorphism means it comprises of two words, poly and morph. Poly means many and morph means many forms. Okay, so you can know a very best example always it is put forward that a human being plays different roles. Suppose it could be a doctor, A human being can be a doctor in professional life. A human being can be a son in normal life. It could be a son, it could be a husband, it could be a brother. In this way, the same doctor could be sometimes a patient. So what is happening? The behavior is getting changed. Suppose if someone is doctor and he or she got ill, if he goes to see some other doctor, he will not behave like a doctor. He will not say that give me this medicine. You don't know, I know, because I am also a doctor. Give me this medicine. No. So what I'm saying is behavior changes. If you are a son, you will behave like one. If you are a doctor, you will behave like one. If you are brother, you will behave like one, and so. So similarly, only one form is playing different roles. Many forms, right? So one particular person is having different forms. That is called polymorphism. In object-oriented programming, if we implemented using classes and objects, in classes and objects, what we create is we create a function, and that function can what it could do is that function can behave differently for different inputs. Maybe for string it will work differently, for tuple it will work differently. That is called polymorphism. All right. Inheritance. Let's talk about inheritance. In English also, you must be aware what is inheritance. Inheritance means inheriting, taking some properties from your parent. Many a times, you might have heard that you have traits of your father, you have traits of your mother, you look like your mother, you look like your father, you have an anger like your father, and so. Your height is just like your father, or your way of representation is like your mother, and so. What is this? This is inheriting. Inheriting maybe the properties, the habits, the way of life, everything you inherit, right, from your parent class. That is called inheritance. And in this Python programming language, object-oriented programming language, inheritance is done between two classes. If two classes are there, inheritance can happen. That is how we implement it. These are all concepts, right? So inheritance is there. Last one is encapsulation. Encapsulation means binding different entities, different type of different type of things, and binding it and comprising it in a single entity. That is called as encapsulation. Binding different entities together. All right, that is called encapsulation. So class, we can say that class has encapsulated everything, because in a class we have function, we have variables defined, we have functions, we have objects, and similarly we have many things inside a class. So that class has encapsulated all of these things. This is how we implement it. This is a concept. I hope you understood till this point. That is abstraction, polymorphism, inheritance, and encapsulation at the end. I hope you understood every part. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the chat box. I'm waiting for your response. Any doubts? Yes. Any doubt related to this? Okay. So in your chat box, you will find the attendance link being given. All right. To mark your attendance for today, you can see the attendance link, and the quiz link will also be shared. If you see, the quiz link will also be there in the chat box. You will find it. Yeah, quiz link is there in front of you, and attendance link is also there. So I hope you understood it. And for today's attendance, the code is PYT14R. This is the attendance code for today. Let me repeat it. P for Python, Y for yellow, T for table, 1, 4, and R for rows. I hope you got it. Let me repeat it again. P, Y, T, 1, 4, R. P, Y, T, 1, 4, R. This is the code for the attendance. All right. So I hope you understood all the concepts. The assignment link will also be is also there, and in a short note, you will also get the link for the next Zoom meeting. So stay connected, and thank you for listening. Keep on practicing. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Now I will give some instructions regarding quiz and assignments. And also we are sharing the link of practice session, which will be starting from 10 minutes from now. This practice session will follow this boot camp. So those who want to attend the practice session can attend the practice session. The link of the session will be provided on all the WhatsApp groups. Before that, let me announce the quiz winner of yesterday. So we have Kanchan Rajawat. Kanchan Rajawat is the winner of yesterday's quiz competition. For today, we have shared the link of a quiz. So you all should participate in the quiz, and we will announce the winner of today's quiz in tomorrow's session. So first thing you should do is now is to attend the quiz and submit it as soon as possible, so that we can see the winners who will be today's winners. Regarding assignment, the assignment link will be shared in the description of this video, and also on the videos of on the description of YouTube video, and also the groups of WhatsApp. All the WhatsApp group, you can get the link of assignment. So assignment and quiz, but you should attend the quiz. After the quiz, in 10 minutes, we are starting with the practice session. So first attend the quiz, and then join us for the practice session. Then you can submit the attendance letter also. We have provided you the attendance code. Okay, I will share once again the attendance code for today. It's PYT14R. So I hope everyone is clear now on attendance part and quiz part, also assignment part. So we should wrap up this session now and join us for the practice session. We will share the links soon on WhatsApp group. First, attend the quiz. It is important. So see you in the practice session now. Thank you everyone for joining.